What would you grade these two coins? Get a good look at this one. They're graded by PCGS. And a really good look at this one. You can see the luster on them. See the details. What is the difference in these two coins? My name is Daniel, and you are watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching my latest video. We're going to talk about these two coins and some other coins that we have graded here, and we're going to talk about the grades, and we're going to reveal what these two coins, what's the difference in these two coins, because they're not the same grade. But first, here's my website, portsmouthcoinshop.com, and we are listing all kinds of world coins coming up. We bought a collection, and we're putting them up on the website as each day. Also, we have our auctions up right now, and they have no reserve. They all started at $1. A lot of them are low bids. You get some really nice coins. Here's the Cootie dollar. I went ahead and put it up. So if you get a chance, check out portsmouthcoinshop.com. And also, here's our help community. If you need help with coins, come over here to Coin Help You community. There's a link in the description and a pinned comment for both these websites. So you can go over there and check out what we have on the website for sale, or because we get that 5% discount on silver dollars, or you come over here and just get free help. It's all free. Just, all you need to sign up. Don't cost you a thing, or don't click an ad, because the ads will lead you to places you shouldn't, unless it's one of these ads. These ads will lead you to money medals. But some of these other ads that says start here or register here, don't do that. That's not how you register. So anyways, let's take a look at some of these coins. So here's these two. And I'm not going to reveal the grades yet and what the difference is. I want you guys to guess the grades of these, okay? I showed them to you really good. I showed the obverse one more time. So I want you to guess. Then I want to show you a few coins here that I have. Here's an AU58, another AU58, another AU58, and an AU53, and then an AU53. Now, people talk about AU58 all the time. There's a lot of people who buy all the AU58s they can, and they resubmit them to get a higher grade. If it's a 84S or a 96O or a coin that really jumps in mint state, it's worth doing that. These coins, they're not worth doing that unless you're just trying to prove a point. And then other people say the difference in the AU58 and the mint state 63 is an opinion, that there's a lot of AU58s that look like 63s, and a lot of them are 63. Well, I don't totally agree with that. I know that there's some instances of that probably happening, but I think that's very rare. I think, there's an opinion difference between AU58 and mint state 60, and we'll talk about that. So we're looking at these AU58 coins, and what's the difference between an AU58 and an AU53? Well, it's going to be wear patterns. There's just more wear on this coin. I can see that myself. And some people would think this was a mint state coin. It's pretty beat up though. But to me, it's got a lot of marks on it. And here's the reverse of the AU53. And then here's the reverse of the AU58. You can just see more details. But you're still kind of splitting hairs because there's only a 5-point difference here. But AU53 is far removed in grading points that there has to be a difference, like AU50. But we use AU50, AU53, and AU58. We don't use AU59. We do use mint state 60, but you don't see it all that often. And then here's another AU53. And when you're looking at these coins, how do they compare? You're trying to discern wear patterns. To me, this is probably an AU54. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit better on the details, in my opinion. And I look at coins all the time and I see this. You can see a little bit more of the breast feathers. There's a little bit less wear, but you also have to account for weak strikes. You have to account for things like that too. Is there a grease strike or a weak strike? So if that's happening, and like I said, this looks more AU53, this looks more AU54, 55. Okay, that's just me, and that's probably how I would have graded them. A lot of people look at them and they'll have a different opinion. But I'm looking at wear patterns. This one's obviously struck weaker. I can see that. If you look at over the ear and the hair there, it looks more round. So it had a little less of a strike than this one. So I can see that. So that's probably going to be the difference. And you just have to know that. And that right there, Mark, that is from the reeded edge of another coin. I see so many people posting and asking what that is. But that's what that is. So then we have these other AU50. Then we have these AU58s. Do any of these look like they're mint state to you? And we can look at the reverse here. And to me, they don't. They look, this one here, I mean, it's kind of rough looking for an AU58. If that's a 96.0, it would be worth a lot of money, and most people probably would not want that at AU58. That's another problem you run into. And this one here probably looks close to mint state, but it's, like I said, it's AU58, but man, I'll tell you what is AU59? What about AU59 and a half? When does an AU58 have a least amount of wear to where it's right on the edge? You know what I mean? Like there's that crossover, that gray area. And there are gray areas when you start transitioning from AU59 to 60. You got to make a judgment call as a grader, because it would take a scanner, maybe a LiDAR or laser scan, and artificial intelligence to look at a lot of coins, over and over and over, and to determine if that coin actually has wear. I would say most coins out there, even some of them that are graded mint state, is going to have some metal loss because they rubbed against each other, right? So you have to figure out, was it from fingers? So are they going to be able to pick up maybe some type of like a sniffer? Like I think PCGS has something like that, but something that can actually detect the oils or something from being outside of mint packaging or the U.S. Mint, or people that handle the coin, where would start. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something like that. But then you're just really getting into then you're trying to get too precise, I think, because grading is kind of subjective. I think we need to move to that direction. I don't know if it's ever going to be a perfect system, but I think we should. So then I have a few more that are 61 we can take a look at. Now, when you're looking at these, I mean, the last one that I was showing you here, they're very similar. I mean, like I said, there's not a whole lot of difference in the coins. So you're looking at a minute amount of wear on the highest points of the design, and you're taking into account whether the coin has a weak strike or not, if there's some issue with it, or contact marks kind of obscure the breast feathers. And here's another 61. I mean, this is a 61. So what does it look like? What's the, like I said, it looks like a mint state coin. Like I said, I mean, this is the mint state coin, but I mean, you can start arguing that they're so close that how do you discern the difference? And it takes years of experience and looking at countless coins over and over and over. And it's just like the 62. I mean, you're looking at the amount of marks on a coin. The less amount of marks, the higher the grade. That's just the way it is, because neither one of these coins here can have wear. They can't be mint state and have wear on them. Not circulation wear. So you have to go by marks. So the least amount of marks gets the highest amount of mint state grade. That's how that works. It's not about luster. I've seen plenty of coins that were dark toned and ugly that got high grades. When they talk about luster, they're just talking about mint luster. Basically, the original luster of the coin itself, not how bright it is or beautiful it is. You take a coin that's really nice like this, it might get a plus or a star, but it doesn't mean that coin is a higher grade just because it's brighter white or the luster is more beautiful. That's not how that works. It's not what they're talking about when they talk about grading luster, using luster. So anyways, we're looking at those 62s and trying to compare. And, you can go from 61 to 62, and I got some more 62s. And you're not going to see a whole lot of difference. Like this one here almost looks 63. So look at it a little bit closer. I mean, that almost a 63. And when you compare it to the other 62s, this is a 62 here, you can see what I'm talking about. So this one, in my opinion, I would have graded it 63. And you'll see this a lot in these coins. But see, being what they are, there's another 62 compared to this 62. They're just common coins. They're mint state. Someone did a bulk submission. They're really not worth sending off. But these are just a part of that, or someone sent them off just thinking they were going to be higher grade and they were disappointed. It's one of the two. Here's another 62. So I bought these. They came in the coin shop there, and I thought, this is going to make a really good video to talk about AU58 and 59 and 60. So we don't use 59. I think 59 would just cause a lot of confusion in the hobby. but yet we should be using all of our grades. And can you imagine the price guide if we used all 70? Or we'd have 70 values for each date and mint. So this is a nice coin here. I mean, it's for a weak strike, 1883.0. You can see the over the ear there a little bit of a weak strike. But yeah, it's a nice coin for a 62. Has nice luster to it, but it has all those marks. And like I said, I have one here that looks 63 that doesn't have all those marks. So anyways, let's take a look at these two. So I showed you this one, and I showed you this one. Have you determined which one's AU58 and which one's 60? Because they're pretty close. Well, first off, let's take the label off this one. This is the AU58. So you see the differences there. And then this one here is the mint state 60. So what you're looking at, this coin here just edged AU58. It just edged it out. It's what they call sliders. These are sliders. They can go either way. They have the same amount of details, similar luster, although you can see on this one, it just seems like it has just a little more rubbing on the high points. But, you know, that's still kind of splitting hairs too. But it has just has more marks on it. Just looks like it's been circulated. Almost looks like it's been handled. But so does this one. But just not as much. So hopefully this taught you something, or you saw some things here that may have helped you out with AU58, mint state 60 coins, 61, 62. You know, when it comes to a coin that's mint state, it can't have any wear. No circulation wear whatsoever. So it can't have missing luster from being, rubbed on, missing the silver. So to go 60 to 63 to 64 and up, it has to have the least amount of marks. It can have toning, but it can't be missing any type of silver on the high points, okay? Missing any alloy, any metal. An AU58 coin is, going to show wear patterns, and the lesser AU53 and AU55 is going to show, more metal loss and more of a wear pattern than an AU58 or a 59. And that's how that works. And like I said, there's some that's right there on the gray area. And I think a couple of these are on the gray area of a couple of these grades. They call them split grades, sliders and things like that. But that's what they do. Any coin that could go either way is a slider. So there is that gray area where you're thinking there's wear and someone else doesn't. You have to make a decision, though, looking at that coin, whether it's AU58 or 60. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please share this video and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content, and have a great day.